It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Kristi Lee, Josh Arnold, and Tom Griswold. And now, here's Tom.
Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob. Calm down. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Everyone's relaxed. Coming up, the Josh Arnold quiz.
Your little web of deceit over there, aren't you? All right.
We were having a very pleasant discussion out there.
We were.
Before you walked in and ruined it.
I have no idea what this quiz is.
I know. It actually can be a two-parter now to get back to our topic. Welcome back to the Napa Auto Parts Studios, the home of the Bob and Tom program, and our engineer Ace Cosby, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Ace is back in Oakland Raiders regalia, if you will, with the black and white.
Ace has a very distinct laugh, and it's a cartoon character's laugh, and I don't know who it is. When he goes, that laugh. I don't know where that. There's a cartoon character that. That laugh.
Say something funny.
See, there you go.
Boy, you set yourself up for that one. I was just waiting.
I guess. What?
I was going to say it's a black and white Union Jack in honor of the Raiders playing in London recently.
Thank you for
How'd that game go?
They won, of course.
Oh, okay. It was quite a while ago then. Let's see. That's Chick McGee. You'll find it at the orangeinsoles.com sports desk. Allow me just a moment to mention that we have a special thing we've put together with Orange Insoles that's super cool. Go to bobandtom.com/contests, and you will find an opportunity to take a little quiz about scary movies. It doesn't matter how well you do in the quiz, because you could become eligible to win a $500 gift card. Details are posted. Once again, bobandtom.com/contests. And it's courtesy of orangeinsoles.com. The folks at Orange Insoles urge you to get your mind right by getting your feet right, thus your legs right, and it just keep going up. You build from the bottom. That's Josh. That's Jess Hooker sitting in for Kristi Lee. Once again, Kristi is in Central America getting married. What's the story on this?
No, she's not. She was on a boat yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah, coming back from Sao Paulo.
In her wedding dress.
Nice.
Celebrating.
She was not in a wedding dress.
Yeah, it was?
She was topless.
Was it? Because it's legal to wear a white dress. She was topless. Okay, it's legal to wear a white topless dress for your fourth marriage. In where was she again?
I think that's tradition.
Sao Paulo, right?
Sao Paulo,
Yeah.
Brazil. Okay,
There's
very
no other
good.
way, yeah.
That's Pat Godwin. He's got a variation coming up and a very nice new song.
Oh, good.
And this is Tom speaking. Now, our quiz. First of all, Jess and I are having a very pleasant discussion off the air about words, for example, for groups of things. Mr. Godwin brought up the fact that if you have more than one butler,
Here we go again.
it is called a.
I saw this on Twitter. It's called a sneer of butlers.
That's
sneer
not
of butlers.
real.
I don't know.
I'm going to need some documentation. on that.
I love these. Some of these words I think are semi-unofficial,
Yeah,
but we all know gaggle of geese,
sure.
pod of whales, bitter of comedians.
Of course.
What was the one we learned the other day? A paddling of ducks.
Yes.
And then what is it? A snoop of ducklings? What was that one again? Or a brook of ducklings.
Brood.
I thought it was a
Brood.
snoop of rappers.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's good. And then you walked in and started complaining about our
I did
discussion.
not.
And I said, yes, that's
You
what we
said,
call.
would you stop?
You've been talking about it for 4 days, about how it's a paddling of ducks, yada, yada, yada.
That's such a sweet, pleasant. Because we had a great story about 600,000 ducks showing up on the radar. Was it in Minnesota or Wisconsin? They thought it was a.
But unless
They
they're
thought it was
swimming,
fire.
it's not a paddling, right? It's not a paddling unless they're swimming.
Right, correct.
Yeah, right. And then we had, what were those called? What were those? The Winfrey? What were those
The
things?
chimney swifts.
Oh, I was close. The chimney swifts that, sadly, 300 of them, I guess, flew into the NASCAR building and all died. And was that in Charlotte?
Nice.
And that turned out to be a Jonestown of chimney swifts.
I don't think.
And then we discovered a new one, which is a wine of Chick McGee's. when there's more than one.
Laughed and laughed.
Oh, well,
We did laugh.
Maybe in the moment it was very. Josh, I want to see if you recognize this.
All right.
Okay, because this is well. Here we go.
Why are we playing this?
You'll know in just a second. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
No, not yet.
Okay, Jess, same thing. Keep listening. Now, you can tell by the quality of
For what it is,
the quality of
it's a
the
pretty good
recording.
theme.
Yeah, it goes pretty far back, and Chick just gave you the hint. It is a theme.
Yeah, I assumed that. I feel like I have heard it.
It's a great theme song, and this is not a good recording. I apologize, but it's got those '60s era bongos. some L.A. session musician.
Is it a variation
on
on
the
the theme?
breaks doing the reefer? Hey, Claude, I'm holding.
They're doing the reefer? Is that what you
I'm not gonna say. Any idea at all?
It swings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
It sounds like it could be Mission Impossible. I don't know what the Mission Impossible.
And it's that era.
Very, very
Yeah.
It's the theme from The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, okay.
But there was also the girl from Uncle at the same time.
That
a
came
different
later.
program, yeah.
But The Man from U.N.C.L.E. starring Robert Vaughn, who it was kind of a James Bond light.
Sure.
Okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
And I remember
There was a movie reboot last maybe 3-4 years ago.
the character's name Ilya Kuryakin, but I can't remember the guy who
David
played
McCallum.
David McCallum.
And he is still.
yeah.
And that's
He looks exactly the same as he did.
And he
4
played a
years
Russian.
ago, yeah.
What was he, like a Russian American double agent or something?
Double, yeah.
David McCallum's still active. He's got to be 80, doesn't he?
He was in one of the NCIS shows,
Yeah.
I think, or something.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't he play the coroner or something? And but the reason I brought it up is, we were trying to remember the name of the bad guys in that, because in James Bond you've got Spectre, which is a sort of
A special
Organization.
yes,
Police. Yeah. Spectre's an anagram for something.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. It was Thrush.
Ah,
And that comes back to my puppy dog who has yeast infection. Is that
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Just say thrush. Stop saying yeast infection.
It is. It's a thrush for like babies is essentially.
I was
yeast
trying to
infection.
talk, I was trying to have a nostalgic moment about a great television show, and now you're talking about some horrific.
Well, it is a
disease.
girl dog.
But we
And
don't
you have
wanna
another
discuss
girl
that.
dog.
That's right.
How'd she get it?
They might be giving the yeast infection back and forth. Tom, what's happening at my house?
We're changing the subject. Fun show.
We're going to the doctor
Who was in the?
today.
I don't remember the remake of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Who was in that?
Matt Bomer, who played
Who?
I think it's Bomer. He played Superman, the latest Superman, and Armie Hammer.
Okay.
It's actually Guy Ritchie directed it. It's a pretty fun movie. It's good.
Okay. Did it use the same theme song?
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, we got talking about the air. The word thrush came up, and we were both trying to go, why do we know the name Thrush? Then, wait a second. They were the bad guys. And I'm not sure if Thrush stood for something.
I think it did. I know
Does Spectre, isn't it like
Uncle stood for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
United
acronym for sure.
Network
For criminal
Command
law
for
enforcement.
Law Enforcement
Yeah,
or
I think
something?
so.
Yeah,
Uncle,
okay.
yeah.
All right, very good. Very
Leo
good.
G. Carroll was the,
Oh,
the head uncle.
yeah. I don't know if those would
The-
hold
the
up. I
hunkle?
haven't watched them in a long time.
Nothing?
I'm sorry. Back to the World Series. Game 1 is over, and
And Juan Soto drove in 3 runs. Max Scherzer, good effort on the mound. Nationals hold off the Astros in Houston 5-4. This happened in Houston yesterday, Tom, in Game 1 of the World Series. So the Nationals are a game ahead in the
well, the next game, of course, will be
in Houston against Houston. And everybody wins free tacos. The Nationals stole a base, so next Wednesday you can go online and sign up on the app, and you can win a free taco. But as we all know, one taco really just doesn't cut.
Oh, Taco Bell knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They get you in for the.
I believe the genius from the ad agency for Lay's potato chips when they said you
true.
can't eat just one.
yeah.
One of the great campaigns. Have they ever brought that one back?
I didn't really know if did it go away? Is it still in the bag somewhere? Or?
Because
Can't eat just one.
Yeah, that's the Kristi Lee thing, which she'll have one part of a Kit Kat bar and then
Yeah.
So
put it
much
away.
self-control.
Yeah, that's
6 or 4 days to eat a Kit Kat bar.
How is that
irritating.
possible?
You just want to hold her down and shove it in her.
well violence. I don't think we get it on our wedding dress.
NBA action kicked off last night, and Kawhi Leonard lustily booed kind of before his home crowd. Boo.
That's your lusty voice.
That's my
What
Lusty.
is
Lustily
is that at the
booed.
bus station on a Saturday night? Sounds like I'll do it for $15. I'm not wearing these knee pads to go play
I'll do
hoops.
it for $15.
Okay, we got a poll up there right
Anyway,
now.
The Clippers
Excuse me for 1
112-102
second. This is
win
more
over the
important
Lakers.
than that. Peanut butter, crunchy versus smooth. I say smooth every time. Hate crunchy peanut butter. That's when you throw the sandwich in the wastebasket. Right now, 68% agree with me that the smooth is by far the superior peanut butter. Now, Chick, you're a crunchy peanut butter guy. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, can you eat the crunchy with your
But
stomach issues?
I
Oh
will
no, I stay away from it now. But
on a spoon, I have the crunchy. when I'm spreading it on bread, I like the smooth.
Now, when you put the spoon in the jar, do you put you do use it multiple times, or is this just a one-off? Spoon in mouth, in dishwasher.
And I have a question. What kind of peanut butter do you give the dogs?
Smooth.
The dog's peanut butter.
That says dogs on the lid in big black letters.
I didn't see that.
You guys, Godwin stayed at the house.
You put your peanut butter on your bread with a spoon, not a knife.
No.
This is when you bypass the bread.
Okay.
Will you listen to me?
You just and then Josh, dogs. If you get those Kong balls, they look like the Michelin Man.
They should.
You stuff them with peanut butter and carrots or whatever, or celery, whatever, and your dogs, and you freeze them, and then your dogs it'll give them an hour of something to do. Mm-hmm. But you have to mark the peanut butter jar that has the dog thing because you've gone in and out of the Kong ball. Which Chick did at one point.
Unless your dog
Mr. Godwin was babysitting Chick's house, and
he wasn't. He was homeless again, and something happened to you. I don't know how we got custody of him, but he stayed at the house.
He ate the peanut butter that was marked dog.
It wasn't my idea. Believe me.
He was between travel, and you weren't going to be home, and so I offered up your house.
He was at the pawn shop trying to find hubcaps.
You were very sweet, by the way. You come off like you're cranky, but you're very nice.
Anyway, please vote in our Twitter poll right now: peanut butter, crunchy versus smooth. Back to you.
Really?
Now, how about
do you know what a group of flamingos is called?
Oh, please.
We had this.
It's like
once.
A beauty or something.
Yeah, it's
very close.
Or a shimmer.
Anyone starts with an F. You've got your gaggle of geese.
Yeah.
You've got your pot of oil.
Flamboyant.
That's it.
A flamboyance.
It's a flamboyance of flamingos or of male hairdressers. Flamboyance of hairdressers.
All right.
Ace has something.
Yes, sir.
I did see two crows sitting on a fence waiting for a friend, but the cops arrested them for attempted murder.
They were trying to get a group of
murder of crows. You see, that's another one now.
So are two crows a murder? Or is just
they're waiting for the third
crows?
That's a good question. Is two a murder, or do you have to have? Is it like?
I think you have to have three.
Did we determine an orgy has to be more than three? Is that correct?
Yeah, because then it's just a threesome.
I think two crows is a Heckle and Jekyll.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there's two, of course, in sex. Then there's a three-way, and then anything.
Here we have a
than
heckle of disc jockeys. I'm sorry. Back to the sports page, please. We have Mr. McGee at the OrangeAndSouls.com sports desk. Don't forget our contest, BobandTomContest.com, courtesy of OrangeAndSouls.com. There you go.
Will to live. Tom Brady will have another target Sunday against the Browns. Patriots acquired wide receiver Mohamed Sanu from Atlanta for a second-round draft pick in the 2020 draft.
Not much. Sanu with you.
And the 49ers, nope.
Better joke, still no laugh.
Too late. 49ers have bolstered their receiving core. Emmanuel Mr. Sanders from the Denver Broncos for a third and a fourth round. There you go. And from Toronto yesterday, the Guinness Book. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on a second. Stupid World Record. Guinness World Records announced 14 records broken yesterday at a Toronto marathon.
Wow.
Including records for running while dressed as a fruit, a vegetable, a cartoon character, a cowboy, and a supervillain.
Really?
Guinness said, wait a minute, hold it.
Do they have a record
Why
for...
are you looking at me disgustedly as I'm...
These are stupid.
Relating...
I mean, if it's like running backwards...
You had the world's largest hula hoop record. And you thought that...
Did you hear this? If somebody were running backwards with a hand mirror to see whether he would like that.
That's a good record.
But not dressed as a supervillain or a cartoon character.
That's any idiot can do that.
The 2019 Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon attempted world records during the race, and 14 of the attempts dubbed successful by adjudicator Spencer Camerano.
Adjudicator.
The successful records for fastest half marathon were for running the race dressed as a fruit, dressed as a cartoon character, dressed as a cowboy, dressed as a vegetable, martial arts, and also running the race with a spouse, a sibling, and running the race while skipping with a rope.
Oh, that can't be easy.
Oh, I'm sorry, skipping without a rope.
No, well, that's way easier.
You know what? You're right.
There's two jokes I can do, but I can't because it's 2019.
The records for fastest full marathon were for running dressed as a supervillain, a tennis player, a Quidditch uniform, somebody dressed up as an Aztec.
Was one joke about the adjudicator?
No, it was about running dressed as a fruit.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of that, Melvin Nayaro achieved the record for fastest half marathon dressed as a fruit. He was dressed as a Chiquita banana, and his banana suit earned him free bananas for a year.
Free.
And he only did half a marathon?
Well, yeah.
I should say free bananas for 6 months, if at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ace, did you see the costume, the banana costume?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was appealing.
Nope. Not going to get a thing.
I liked it.
I didn't hear anything resembling a chuckle over there.
There's the guy dressed as a Chiquita banana.
Am I wrong? It's literally appealing.
It looks like a bruised banana, though, doesn't it? I think
they have turned this marathon into this marathon now has
what?
no
What did I do?
It is the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon, the London Marathon.
They're all dressed
classy
up like-
marathons. This has now become a joke. Toronto, you should be ashamed.
You know
of yourself.
why? Because Guinness keeps acknowledging these people.
You're part of the problem.
Yes.
This is where we arrive
Now,
when you praise
if someone ran it backwards, then it would have been something.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
The guy dressed as the banana couldn't hang around for autographs or anything.
Why not?
He had to split.
Okay.
I'll murder everyone in the room.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt.
Yes.
Writes Thomas Palco.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Josh, the actor who starred in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay.
Not Matthew Bomer or Boner or Bomber. A cursory check of IMDb would save you from this humiliation and embarrassment.
All right.
Gotcha.
Thank you very much. Right now, we have a couple of other things to. Don't forget our poll: peanut butter crunchy versus.
Please stop.
Watch the entire show live or on demand with the Bob and Tom VIP All Access Pass. Listen live with the Bob and Tom app and make sure to visit bobandtomstore.com. Tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.